Hello my friends! I have not filmed a video in so long, so I apologize, but I am back with my beauty favorites from 2018. This is the first video I filmed since I cut my hair, so if you don't follow me on Instagram, I cut like around 5 inches off my hair and I love it. I'm so glad that I finally worked up the courage to do it. I've been wanting to cut my hair for 4 years, so I'm really glad I finally worked up the courage to do that. So I had a really hard time narrowing down my list because the more I thought about it, the longer and longer my list got, but I didn't want this video to be like an hour long, so I really narrowed it down to just absolute standout favorites for me. So first off, we are going to start with base products. I have talked about these before in monthly favorite videos, so I won't talk about them too much right now, but they are favorites for the year. They are that good. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This is my holy grail for a full coverage concealer. It is amazing, and if you have dry under eyes, or if you're getting older and you have fine lines around your eyes, this is the concealer for you. It is so full coverage, but it is creamy and hydrating. It blends like a dream. You don't have to set it. I usually do, just to ensure that it doesn't crease at all, because sometimes I'll get a little bit of creasing in my laugh lines. But this stuff is just amazing, and you get so much product for the money. I cannot say enough good things about this concealer. It is wonderful. I have one more concealer to talk about that you guys have heard me talk about before, and it is the First Aid Beauty Bendy Avocado Concealers. These are like totally in the same ballpark as this. Creamy, hydrating, it looks like skin, it bends and flexes with your skin so it doesn't ever crease or cake. It doesn't emphasize my fine lines either. These are more in the medium coverage ballpark, so I love these for every day, and then I reach for this when I'm looking for more of like a full coverage glam look. Another thing I have done with this is I have mixed it in with my summer shade of foundation to kind of lighten the shade and amp up the coverage. And I love mixing it with my favorite foundation of the year, the Too Faced Peach Perfect. Now, this didn't launch this year, but this was a new to me product this year, and I actually won it in a giveaway, and it is like one of my favorite foundations ever. I'm so glad that I was able to win this so that I could try it. I mean, it was on my radar, but I had no idea just how good it was. This claims to be medium coverage, and it has like a soft matte finish, so it's not going to make your face look like completely like a matte mask. It has just a very soft focus matte finish. The coverage is great. I use it with a primer. It works excellently with the Cover FX blurring primer. I don't have a problem with it wearing off or caking up, and this is just a really like easy foundation to wear. You don't have to mess with it a whole lot, and it has a really subtle peach fragrance that doesn't bother me, and it doesn't bother my skin either. When face products are too heavily scented, it can really irritate my skin, so I appreciate that the fragrance in this is very subtle. So this was the year of Too Faced complexion products for me, because my next mention is the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. This is the best setting powder I have ever tried in my life. It is amazing. You guys have probably heard me talk about it before, and I'm probably going to keep talking about it. It is so finely milled. This is the best setting powder for under my eyes. It never makes them look dry or crepey or cakey. And I do have dry under eyes, like I mentioned. And if I put too much product on under my eyes, it can really make them look just, my fine lines are exaggerated. It's not a good look. So this also works great for all over my face. I really feel like it helps blur my fine lines and pores. And it does have some hydrating ingredients in it, just like the other Born This Way complexion products. So I feel like this is a great powder for me all year round. Also, it has this little lid on the top here, so that powder does not spill out everywhere. Like if you put it in your makeup bag or in your purse, you take it traveling. Or if your 2-year-old, in my case, grabs it and runs around the house with it, it keeps all the powder down here until you're ready to use it. So that is something that I really love. So moving on, we're going to talk about eyeshadow palettes. Eyeshadow palettes are one of my favorite things to use and collect. So I'm just going to tell you right now, I have 2 brands that really won 2018 for me. The first is Anastasia Beverly Hills. These 2 eyeshadow palettes, like, I cannot even put into words like how excited I was when I saw these sneak peeks. So this is Sultry. This is, I believe it is a limited edition and they did it for the holidays this year, but I might be mistaken. I hope it's permanent so that I always have access to it. The main reason I was so excited about this is because I love neutrals. That is where my love of makeup started, and neutrals still excite me. They're so wearable, they're so beautiful on anyone, and they're so easy to work with. Plus, like, look at this glittery packaging. I mean, come on. So all of the shadows in here live up to the standard of quality that I've come to, that I've become accustomed to from Anastasia. The mattes are beautiful. They do have kick up, but that doesn't bother me. It's like one dip into the pan is all you need. And then these shimmers are so buttery and so pigmented. Some of them have some glitter particles in them, but they don't end up all over my face throughout the day. I just really, really love this palette. This eyeshadow palette is probably, I'm about to make a very bold statement. This eyeshadow palette is probably my favorite eyeshadow palette of all time. Not even joking. If you have been thinking about getting it, I would not hesitate. So Soft Glam came out a little bit earlier in the year. It was, I think, around the springtime. And this was also another one, oops, I dropped the brush, that like made me lose my mind. Like, this warm, neutral color story just speaks to me. There are some beautiful shimmers, and I love their mattes. Their mattes are so pigmented and they blend effortlessly, and I can use several shades without feeling like they all blend together and end up looking muddy. So hands down, these are my 2 favorite high-end palettes of the year. The next brand that I want to talk about is ColourPop. So my favorite eyeshadow palettes from them, and just of the year, out of all my eyeshadow palettes, are the Disney Designer palette and the Good Sport palette. So the Good Sport palette was part of their fall edit for the year, and it is totally outside of my comfort zone, but I saw some of the shades and they really inspired me, and ColourPop is so affordable and their quality is so good, so I wanted to give this a try, and it made me fall in love with embracing color and experimenting with more color in my eye looks. And as bold as some of these colors look, they are incredibly wearable. Like this kind of olive goldish green is like my gold standard for green eyeshadow now. Like this is what I compare everything else to, and a lot of times they don't measure up. I love it. It is so wearable. It's so soft and buttery. Here is a little finger swatch of it. It is just gorgeous and just so pigmented. I also really love this shade in my outer V. This one is really pretty. I've used all of these shades, I think, except this one, because it has purple glitter in it, and I'm just not quite sure what to make of it. But every other shade in this palette, like the shimmers, are buttery and pigmented, and they apply beautifully with a brush. I don't even have to use my finger. So this was a definite standout for me for 2018. The next one, I've talked about a ton on my Instagram page and probably here, but this is the Disney Designer Palette. I am a die-hard Disney fan. I love this color story. I love the packaging. I just feel like everything about this collaboration was so authentic to Disney, and what they're all about. So like in the movies, the Disney princesses don't wear like crazy eyeshadow looks. So I feel like the colors that they included in here are just very authentic to the Disney princess theme. And as I've mentioned a billion times, I love neutrals. So I have had a lot of fun playing with this palette and creating some really beautiful wearable neutral looks. And I have used every shade in this palette. The only one that gave me trouble was Fairy Godmother. And by trouble, I mean it just wasn't as pigmented as I wanted it to be. But everything else is so good. This was limited edition, and I don't know if it's available anymore, but it's Disney and it's ColourPop, and my brain almost melted when I saw that these two were collaborating, so I had to talk about it for my 2018 favorites. All right, the next eye product that I want to talk about is a eyelash serum. This is the Roden & Fields Lash Boost. This eyelash serum changed my life. Like, I'm not even joking. I used to have really short, stubbornly straight eyelashes that I would have to curl and curl and curl and curl and use waterproof mascara so that my eyelashes would hold the curl. And I started using this, and it has made such a difference in my eyelashes. They are so much longer than I ever thought they could be. They curl on their own now. I do curl just the base of my lashes every day just to give them a little extra boost. But it's not like a battle trying to get them to hold a curl anymore. Now, this is really expensive, but in my opinion, it is worth every penny. I have been using this. This is the first tube I bought, and I'm still using it. And it has been probably around 28 to 30 weeks that this has lasted me, and my eyelashes are like unrecognizable from what they were before. I'm going to post another like check-in with a before and a current or before and after picture on my Instagram if you're interested in seeing my results. But this, oh man. And I also want to mention, as kind of like a disclaimer, side note, I am not a fan of multi-level marketing companies. And I don't sell this. I bought this from one of my friends, but this was worth every penny, and this is something that I will definitely be repurchasing in the future. All right, moving on to lips. So I found like so many of like my favorite perfect nude lipsticks this year. The first one, I just have a mini. I need to get the full size. This is from Marc Jacobs, and this is Cream and Sugar, and this is described as like a rosy peach nude. It is everything. Like, the formula is amazing. I love it. It's so comfortable. It seems to set. It doesn't dry down, but it seems to set, and it lasts so long, and it is really comfortable. So here is a swatch of Cream and Sugar. The next one is from Kat Von D. This was a limited edition collaboration, and this is the shade Divine. This is what I'm wearing on my lips today for this video. This also, it looks really similar to Cream and Sugar, but it's a bit lighter and more neutral in tone than Cream and Sugar. And it has the faintest cotton candy scent. And again, super fun packaging. It's comfortable. It lasts a really long time for being like a traditional tube lipstick. And I should have bought like 5 backups when it was still available. The next lipsticks that I want to talk about are from ColourPop. These are the Luxe lipsticks, and I am pretty much obsessed with these. Like, I have said this before, but I have quit buying drugstore brand lipsticks because of how good ColourPop's lipsticks are. And their price point is also amazing. I'm always disappointed when I try other drugstore brand lipsticks. So these, like, the packaging is beautiful. The formula is incredible. These are both the creme formula, I believe, and these are newer additions to my collection. This first one is Tiptoe, and this is like a neutral nude, which I love. And then this last one is Butter. And this was a collaboration. It was part of the Brown Sugar collection with Karuche, I believe is how you say it. But this is like my perfect pale peachy nude lip. So I hope you can see the differences in all these shades. I need them all. I love them all. By the way, if you didn't know, ColourPop Luxe lipsticks are only $7, and you get a ton of product in there. They're really comfortable, they're really creamy. They have also a matte formula, and I love it. It's like, it feels weightless on the lips. It's still really comfortable, and they have a gorgeous shade range. I cannot wait for them to just keep on releasing more and more shades. Another kind of, this was more of like a rediscovery for me this year, was lip liners and how important they are and how much I love them. So since I've been wearing more and more of these traditional kind of bullet style lipsticks, I realized that it makes a really big difference when I use a lip liner with them. Last year I was wearing a lot of like liquid lipsticks, so I didn't find that I needed to use a lip liner with those as much. Anyways, these are some of my favorites. ColourPop lippy liners are amazing, really smooth, creamy pigmented formula. This is another one from the drugstore that I love. This is from Essence, and this is in the nude. I'll swatch this really quick. It is just such a good nude lip liner. Again, creamy, pigmented, and it lasts. And then this one is new to my collection. This is Velveteens from Lime Crime, and I got this on Cyber Monday. This is the shade Cake, and I'm also wearing this today with my Kat Von D lipstick. This is described as a toasty pink, and it is just a perfect, like, I feel like this lip liner was made for me. It's a perfect pinky nude lip liner. So, moving on to tools. This Tweezerman eyelash curler is the best eyelash curler I've ever used, and it's rose gold. It's super pretty. It does not pinch my eyelashes, and it's kind of rounder than other eyelash curlers I've used in the past, and maybe I just have round eyes, but I love this eyelash curler. It does a really great job at curling my lashes. I only have to do one pump and I am good. And like I said, it doesn't pinch, which is super important. I also wanted to quickly mention Some brushes that I have really been loving this year, and you'll have to excuse me, these are all dirty, but I've been loving the ColourPop brushes. I have mostly eye brushes. This is their, I believe, their small fluffy brush, and I love to use this for highlighting. These are all so soft and densely packed. They work beautifully. They're all synthetic fibers. And I just really love these. They're also super affordable. And then another brand of brushes that I was introduced to this year through BoxyCharm is Luxie. And oh my goodness, these brushes are so nice. These are some that I got in a previous month. This set came in my BoxyLux subscription, and it's so pretty. I can't bring myself to take it apart just yet. But these are, again, so soft. They pick up product beautifully. This is the Precision Foundation Brush, but I use this to apply highlighter. I just love how it applies highlighter. And then this is the tapered highlighter, but I use this for blush because I feel like it works really well to swirl blush onto my cheeks. So, and plus, look at they're just beautiful to look at, aren't they? With the pink and the rose gold. So I'm really excited that I have been able to try these brushes through my BoxyCharm subscription. And actually, since I'm talking about BoxyCharm, I was going to give them an honorable mention for my yearly favorites. This is the first year that I have signed up for BoxyCharm. I've been wanting to for a long time. I finally took the plunge and did it. It is such a good subscription box. And with the addition of the BoxyLux, it's amazing. The value that you get and the incredible products that you get to try, I highly recommend it. All right, moving on to highlighters. So guys, this highlighter is everywhere. Everyone loves it, but for good reason. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Emrezi highlighter, and I'm wearing it today for this video. I tried to use a lot of the products that I was going to talk about. I've talked about this before. Again, I'll probably never stop talking about it. This highlighter, it doesn't, when you swatch it, it just swatches like any other gold highlighter, in my opinion. The magic happens when you put it on your face with a brush, and it just melts into your skin. It doesn't emphasize any texture. It just gives this really beautiful, luminous, reflective glow. And then when you pop some setting spray on top, it takes it to a whole nother level. And this highlighter, I've got to say, is what made me fall in love with gold highlighters this year. I really, really just came to embrace gold highlighters. So a couple other ones that I want to talk about. This one is from Pixi. This is their Glowy Gossamer Duo in Subtle Sunrise. This is a blush topper for me on this side, but this gold color, oh, it's so gorgeous. It has a little more of a peach champagne tone than Emrezi, but it is just gorgeous. I really, really love it, and I'm so glad to have it in my collection. The next kind of set of highlighters is from ColourPop again. I promise this video is not sponsored. I don't even know if ColourPop knows I'm alive. They have reposted me a couple times on their page, so there's that. But this is their Crush on You Super Shock highlighter palette. And if you have not tried their Super Shock formula yet, what are you waiting for? It is amazing. So this was another piece from their fall edit collection from last year, and I don't know if you can see, but I have a really good dip going in this gold shade right here. I love mixing these. This is a beautiful blush topper. This I also use on my cheeks because it's darker, but oh, these are so smooth and so buttery. And this palette is such a great deal. So here are some finger swatches. And these really are just beautiful, beautiful highlighters. I love that you can mix them together. And this gold, this is called Drop a Pin. This is my favorite, clearly, my favorite shade from the palette. And on my arm here, it looks like it would be too dark to be a highlight on my skin, but it totally isn't. It is a gorgeous, just radiant gold. So this year was definitely the year of gold highlighters for me. I have kind of been neglecting like my icier, more pearl ones, my pearl toned ones, but that's okay. So moving on to skincare. I have a few things that I want to talk about. The first of which is Pixie's Glow Tonic. This, I love it, not only because it has my name on it, but because it is an incredible product. I did not realize how important toner was until a year or two ago when I started integrating it into my routine, and I saw such a difference in my skin. They help to balance the pH levels in your skin, and they also help your serums and other skincare products to absorb better. Plus, when it's a toner like Glow Tonic, this has glycolic acid in it, so it's going to gently exfoliate your skin every time you use it. And it also has ingredients like aloe, so it helps to soothe and hydrate your skin. And I'll never forget the first time I tried this. I woke up, I used this at night. I woke up and my skin looked smoother and brighter like instantly. So this is always something that I will have in my skincare arsenal. The next thing I've talked about before, but this is from Paula's Choice, and this is her Skin Perfecting 2% BHA liquid, and I am almost out of this. I need it to go on sale so that I can stock up. This is a leave-on exfoliant that you apply after your toner. It is incredibly gentle, and this has really helped with my skin texture, and it has helped to fight breakouts and help to kind of get them to heal faster. It also claims that it creates radiant, even-toned skin, reduces redness, and builds collagen, and unclogs and diminishes enlarged pores. So this is really gentle. They also include hydrating ingredients, so that this isn't gonna like strip your skin down and make it dry and peel and flaky. It is so good, and this is probably something that I will use for the rest of my life, except when I am pregnant and nursing, because you're not supposed to use salicylic acid during those times in your life. The next thing is this Kona Eye Stick from First Aid Beauty. This has become a staple in my routine. It makes such a difference in the way that my under eye concealer applies and looks all day. When I forget this for some reason, I can tell a difference. So it's this little stick. It feels really cooling and nice and soothing, and I just apply it under my eyes, either right before or right after I apply my moisturizer on my face. So this is cooling and soothing. It helps to kind of depuff my eyes, and like I said, it helps my concealer to go on so much smoother. The next products that I want to talk about, and the last, we're at the end, are from The Ordinary. So this clear bottle is their Agirolene Solution 10%, and I use this on my forehead. Agirolene, if you didn't know, is also known as Botox in a bottle. So obviously this is not going to have the same level of effectiveness as getting Botox injections. But I have noticed that it has really helped to diminish the appearance of the expression lines in my forehead, or on my forehead. The next thing from The Ordinary is this caffeine solution, and this is a 5% concentration, and this I bought to help with puffiness on my upper eyes and underneath my eyes also. When I wake up in the morning, my eyes are puffy. So I thought that this could really help with that, and holy cow, this is like a miracle in a bottle. It helps depuff my eyes so fast in the mornings, and it has also, I've also noticed this year that my eye contour has become more visible. So I don't know if it's this, or if it's my Urban Decay Anti-Aging Eyeshadow Primer, or maybe it's a combination of the two, but something that I have done this year has helped to lift my eye contour, which is amazing, and yay. So this is definitely something. These are both products that I will continually repurchase from The Ordinary. These are like my must-haves and #1 recommendations from this brand. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have tried any of the products that I've talked about, let me know down in the comments what you think of them. If we have some of the same favorites, let me know that as well. I have a goal this year to upload 1 video a month, which I know isn't a lot, but I have a 2-year-old and she keeps me really busy. So I think I'm just gonna set a realistic goal for myself, and we are gonna go from there and see how it goes. Thanks again for joining me, and I will talk to you guys soon.